All right, sweetie, let's get you buckled, okay? We're almost home.
Sir, step away from the girl. What's your relationship to this child?
She's my daughter, officer. I'm recording for my safety. Look, I'm a federal agent with the United States Secret Service.
Yeah, sure you are.
Officer, you're frightening my child.
It was a warm Saturday afternoon in Atlanta. Agent Marcus Thompson, a decorated Secret Service agent with 10 years of service under his belt, had promised his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, a trip to the park. Lily, with her bright eyes and infectious laugh, skipped alongside her father, chattering about school and her favorite cartoon characters. Marcus cherished these moments. His job demanded long hours and frequent travel, making quality time with Lily precious. Before we dive in, tell us, where are you watching from? Drop your country or state in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next is absolutely unbelievable, and you won't want to miss stories like this. They reached Piedmont Park, a green oasis in the heart of the city. Children were playing, families were picnicking, and the air was filled with the sounds of laughter and joy. Marcus and Lily found a spot near the playground, and Lily immediately ran off to join the other kids on the swings. Marcus watched her, a smile on his face, his eyes scanning the area, a habit ingrained from years of protecting dignitaries. Everything seemed perfect, a typical afternoon of father-daughter bonding. But little did Marcus know, their peaceful day was about to be shattered by prejudice and abuse of power. What could possibly go wrong on such a beautiful day? As Lily played, a police car slowly cruised along the park's perimeter road. Officer Kevin Blake, a man known within the department for his abrasive personality and a history of complaints, was on patrol. He spotted Marcus sitting on the bench, and something about the scene, a black man watching a young white girl, triggered a suspicion in his mind. Officer Blake pulled the car over and approached Marcus. "Hey you," he barked, his voice loud and accusatory. "What are you doing here?" Marcus, taken aback by the officer's aggressive tone, calmly replied, "I'm here with my daughter. We're enjoying the park." "Your daughter?" Officer Blake sneered, his eyes narrowing. "She doesn't look like you. Where's her mother?" Marcus felt a surge of anger, but he kept his voice even. "She's my adopted daughter. Is there a problem, officer?" "Yeah, I think there is," Blake said, his hand instinctively moving towards his holster. Was this cop really going to escalate the situation? Despite Marcus presenting his official credentials, Officer Blake remained unconvinced and increasingly hostile. He demanded Marcus's driver's license and continued to question him about his relationship with Lily, his voice laced with suspicion and thinly veiled racism. "I don't have to show you anything else," Marcus asserted, trying to maintain his composure. "I've shown you my federal ID. You're harassing us." "Harassing you?" Blake scoffed. "I'm investigating a potential kidnapping. That's what I'm doing." He radioed for backup, his voice agitated. "I've got a suspicious individual here at Piedmont Park. Possible abduction in progress." Lily, sensing the tension, ran over to her father, her eyes wide with fear. "Daddy, what's happening?" she asked, clutching his leg. "It's okay, baby," Marcus reassured her, trying to shield her from the situation. "Everything's going to be all right." But it wasn't all right. As backup officers arrived, Officer Blake ordered Marcus to put his hands behind his back. "You're under arrest," he declared, "resisting arrest and suspicion of kidnapping." Marcus was stunned. He couldn't believe this was happening. He was a federal agent, a protector of the law, being arrested in front of his daughter for simply being a black man with a white child. How could this injustice be unfolding? The scene that followed was a blur of flashing lights, shouting officers, and Lily's terrified screams. Marcus was handcuffed and placed in the back of a patrol car, while Lily was left standing on the sidewalk, sobbing uncontrollably. A bystander witnessing the injustice quickly intervened and comforted Lily, calling Marcus's wife Sarah. Sarah, a lawyer, arrived at the park in a state of panic, her heart pounding in her chest. Seeing her daughter traumatized and her husband in handcuffs, she was filled with a mixture of anger and disbelief. What would happen to Marcus and Lily now? News of Marcus's arrest spread quickly, igniting outrage and sparking protests. Civil rights organizations and community leaders condemned Officer Blake's actions, calling for his immediate suspension and a thorough investigation. Sarah, with the support of her law firm, filed a lawsuit against Officer Blake and the Atlanta Police Department, alleging racial discrimination, false arrest, and violation of Marcus's civil rights. The case quickly gained national attention, becoming a symbol of the ongoing struggle against racial bias in law enforcement. The trial was a media circus, with every major news outlet covering the proceedings. The prosecution presented evidence of Officer Blake's history of misconduct and racial bias, while the defense argued that he was simply acting in good faith, investigating a potential crime. The jury, after deliberating for several days, reached a verdict. Officer Blake was found guilty of racial discrimination and false arrest. He was sentenced to community service and ordered to undergo sensitivity training. But was that enough to right the wrong that had been committed? While the legal victory was a significant step, the emotional scars of the incident remained. Lily, traumatized by the experience, struggled with nightmares and anxiety. Marcus, despite being exonerated, felt a deep sense of betrayal and anger. The Thompson family worked hard to heal and move forward. They sought therapy, spent time together, and became active advocates for police reform and racial justice. They used their experience to educate others about the dangers of racial profiling and the importance of holding law enforcement accountable. Marcus returned to his job at the Secret Service, more determined than ever to protect and serve his country. He knew that the fight for equality was far from over, but he was committed to doing his part to create a more just and equitable society for his daughter and for all children. What legacy would this family leave behind? What would you do if you were in Marcus's shoes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories that matter.